announcement. India pays 50% tariffs to United States. Government sources say no need to panic as the communication channel between India and US are open. Efforts to resolve tariff issue are already underway. RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat speaks on Trump tariffs, says India's policy should not be based on pressure, but the country should be making trade policies with the nations who are friendly. Jammu and Kashmir floods continue to claim innocent lives. So far, 36 people have died due to heavy downpour and landslides, including at the Vaishno Devi route. Pakistan too faces floods. Several areas inundated, including Pakistan's Wagah border. Visuals from Atari Wagah border show the area completely flooded. Activists of the Democratic Youth Federation of India blocked a vehicle carrying Shafi Parambil, a Congress MP in Kozhikode, and raised slogans against him for allegedly trying to protect his close aide Rahul Palakkad MLA, who is in the eye of a storm over allegations of sexual misconduct. For more, my colleague Radhika Ramaswamy is joining me. Radhika, do tell us about the action that has been taken so far in the case.
That's it. As far as the action against Rahul Mamgootapil is concerned, we know for a fact that Congress has suspended him from the primary membership of the party for 6 months, but he's yet to resign, which is why there is a lot of chorus for his resignation and a protest as a result. Activists of DYFI blocking a vehicle carrying Shafi Parambil, who is a Congress MP. In fact, this happened in Kozhikode, because he was allegedly trying to protect Rahul Mamgootapil. We know for a fact that he is in the eye of the storm over allegations of sexual misconduct. Some action has been taken by the Congress party in terms of suspending him from primary membership of the party. But, he has not resigned as the MLA. Now, as you can see in those visuals, the activists jumping in front of the MP's vehicle and raising slogans against him. They're also carrying banner with a lot of remarks against Mr. Parambil. In fact, he tried to come out of the vehicle, but the police persuaded him to not do that. The protest, of course, intensifying, and the protesters were later taken into custody by the police. And we've been seeing a lot of protests by DYFI members and many from political fraternity seeking resignation of Rahul Mamgootapil. In fact, multiple women have come forward with allegations of sexual misconduct against him. But this individual, Shafi Parambil, who is a Congress MP, had said time and again that, action has been taken by the Congress party, but there is no need for him to resign, as there is no precedent as far as, resignation of MPs are concerned, and there is no formal MLAs are concerned, when there is no formal complaint being registered. So he has sort of justified this entire action, saying that no formal complaint has been registered, which is why resignation is not required, which has not gone down well with, people from the BJP or many other parties in Kerala. So it has become a huge political controversy with, DYFI activists blocking Shafi Parambil's vehicle in Kozhikode. Today we'll have to see, how this will play out in the state of Kerala.
Right. Thank you so much, Radhika, for giving us all those details. However, a point to be noted over here is that the Congress MLA has so far not shown any signs of remorse over the accusations that he's been facing. And shifting on to more trouble for Tamil actor Vijay, who is now TVK chief. He recently attended the second state conference of the TVK in Madurai on August 20. He has been booked now. An FIR has been registered against Vijay and 10 others for allegedly manhandling the crowd at the TVK rally. During the conference, a worker sustained a chest injury after Vijay's bouncers allegedly pushed him forcefully while he tried to climb the ramp, causing him to fall. The venue, which had seating arrangements for over 1 lakh people, saw crowds gathering early in the morning to catch a glimpse of the party's founder leader Vijay, who attracted massive attention. The BJP has slammed this, saying that actor Vijay, who is now the TVK chief, should act like a leader instead of a hero. Take a look at this report.
The stardom, the swagger, the fan frenzy, the electrifying entry, the bouncer. Vijay's power entry at the Mega Madurai meet amid a sea of fans, Mega Star written all over it. But this moment where his bouncers are seen flinging a fan off the ramp has landed the star and the newly minted politician in a soup. The fan seen here being tossed by Vijay's bouncers has filed a police complaint against Vijay and his bouncers. The fan Sarat Kumar has alleged that he was manhandled by Vijay's bouncers when he tried to get a closer look at the actor. Vijay can be seen walking the ramp while a sea of people are on the sides, waving at the politician and cheering. At the start of the video, a man can be seen being thrown off the ramp at least 7 feet high. As Vijay further walks the ramp, several followers jump onto the platform to greet the politician, but all of them are pushed away by the bouncers. Political backlash followed the complaint, with the BJP's advice for the newly minted Neta.
If he is coming to politics, he is entering politics and he wants to be active in politics, he should act as a politician, not as an actor. So this type of attitude is highly condemnable and Vijay thinks too much of himself.
Vijay and his bouncers have been booked under the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita sections for unlawful assembly, violently causing hurt, and obscene acts and songs. This is not the first time Vijay's bouncers have been in news for the wrong reason.
This is not the first time. Earlier too, Vijay's bouncer was seen pointing a gun at a fan, and Vijay in the recent past had been urging his fans to be respectful and not to do anything risky.
What is okay for megastar Vijay may not work for Neta Vijay. Fans and voters are different. Real stardom and real politics have different scripts. Will Neta Vijay prevail over star Vijay and apologize for the behavior? An NDTV Bureau Report.
Floods and landslides triggered by record-breaking heavy rain have killed more than 36 people in Jammu and Kashmir. The water level in the region's raging rivers have dropped, but the scale of damage has been devastating. Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah has taken a veiled dig at the previous governments, highlighting that the similarities between 2014 and 2025 floods in the region. In a post on X, Mr. Abdullah shared images from both floods, pointing out nearly identical damage at the same location. Questioning the lack of progress, he asked what lessons were learned from the 2014 floods, what corrective measures were taken in the past 11 years, and what flood mitigation steps were implemented since October 2014. While the politics continues, it is the Aam Aadmi who is paying the price and see the devastation that he and she has to witness. Take a look at our report.
Water level in Tavi River has received, but the floods have left a trail of destruction. We are here at Tavi Bridge number 4. Look at the amount of destruction. Completely this bridge has suffered and the road, approach road, completely washed away. And why it has happened? It has happened in 2014 during floods that time, and it is happening this time. Chief Minister Omar Abdullah has asked question why it has happened. One of the reasons could be that this barrage you see is actually they want to make an artificial lake here on the Tavi River. Fortunately, it is not complete. If the gates were down, devastation of floods would have been much higher in Jammu. It would have just changed the course of entire river to somewhere else and cause massive destruction. So now when the massive floods came, it damaged this road. Larger question is, should there be an artificial lake when it can pose such a major risk and during floods and the high water discharge? But this clearly shows the kind of damage which has been caused by the floods. Good news is that the weather is improving. Water has receded. Yesterday, this river, the water level was like 34 feet. And today it is what experts say, it is just 11 feet, well below the danger mark. But the fact is, this is the damage these floods have caused. Same thing, as I said earlier, happened in 2014, and same thing is happening today. And Chief Minister has asked officials during his tour here that they should factor in what is going wrong, and there has to be an expert committee. But also the larger question is also, should there be a artificial lake or Tavi River? Something we understand now what it means during the floods for Jammu City.
जम्मू के भगवती नगर पुल इलाके में यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं और ये एयरपोर्ट से बमुश्किल 2 किलोमीटर का इलाका है। कल जो लोगों ने यहाँ पर लहरों का तांडव देखा, उसके खौफ से लोग अभी तक उबर नहीं पाए हैं। और लहरें कितनी ऊंची थी, पानी का बहाव कितना ऊंचा था, कटाव कितना बड़ा था, ये हम आपको इस तरफ अगर कैमरा हम घुमाएंगे तो आपको लाइन से नजर आएगा। ये जो पूरे घर हैं, ये तमाम घर ढह चुके हैं। यहाँ पर लेंटर गिरे हुए हैं, दीवारें गिरी हुई हैं। कई ऐसे मकान हैं जो इस समय खतरे के निशान में आ चुके हैं। यहाँ से लोगों को इवैक्यूएट किया गया है, हटाया गया है। जहाँ तक नजर जाएगी, जहाँ तक मैं गिन पा रहा हूँ, कम से कम 15 से 20 घर ऐसे हैं जो लाइन से उजड़ गए हैं। पूरा का पूरा स्ट्रक्चर गिर गया है और ये इस वजह से हुआ कि नदी का बहाव बहुत तेज था, पानी का बहाव बहुत तेज था और पानी का जो स्तर था, पानी की जो ऊंचाई थी वो काफी ऊंची थी। आज जो लोग बता रहे हैं वो ये बता रहे हैं कि कल के मुकाबले पानी का बहाव में कुछ कमी आई है और पानी की जो स्तर है, जल स्तर जो है वो भी थोड़ा सा कम हुआ है। लेकिन जब इस नदी का जल स्तर बढ़ा तो उसने किस तरीके की तबाही मचाई है वो इन तस्वीरों को देखकर आप अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं। ये देखिए नदी का पूरा फैलाव देखिए इसका। जो बारिश आई, जो फ्लड आया, उसके बाद ये नदी समंदर का रूप ले चुकी है। इसके आसपास के किनारे में, इसकी जद में, इसके रास्ते में जो भी आया उसको बहाकर ये नदी ले गई। तभी ये नदी है और ये पूरा का पूरा इलाका जो है, और यहाँ पर इस पूरे इलाके में जो जानकारी हमें मिल रही है कि लोगों को खाली कराया गया है। कुछ स्ट्रक्चर्स जो हैं वो संवेदनशील हो चुके हैं, खतरे के निशान में आ चुके हैं, लिहाजा उनको हटाया गया है। यहाँ पे जो लोग रह रहे थे, पानी की टंकियां नीचे लटकी हुई हैं। कुछ लोग अभी भी वहाँ पर पहुँच रहे हैं खतरे के बावजूद कि वो अपने घरों की छतों पर देखने आ रहे हैं कि क्या वहाँ पर स्थिति है। कुछ लोग नीचे आपको दिख सकते हैं जो देखने आ रहे हैं कि कितना नुकसान यहाँ पर पहुँचा है। लेकिन बहुत ज़्यादा नुकसान यहाँ पर हुआ है। जो लोग यहाँ के रहने वाले हैं वो ये बताते हैं। अब जैसे जैसे लोगों को पता लग रहा है वो वैसे वैसे यहाँ पर आ रहे हैं और आके देख रहे हैं कि नदी ने किस कदर तबाही मचाई है। तो फिलहाल लोग यही दुआ कर रहे हैं कि बरसात कम हो, पानी का ये जो जल स्तर है इसमें कमी आए, पानी के बहाव में कमी आए, जिससे लोगों को थोड़ी सी राहत मिले। लेकिन जहाँ तक मौसम की बात है, आज मौसम कल के मुकाबले थोड़ा सा साफ है, लेकिन रिमझिम बरसात अभी भी यहाँ पर हो रही है। हम खुद रेनकोट पहने हुए हैं क्योंकि जब हमने यहाँ पे ग्राउंड रिपोर्ट शुरू की तो उस समय हल्की हल्की बारिश हो रही थी। बारिश फिलहाल रुकी हुई है, बूंदाबांदी अभी भी हो रही है, लेकिन बारिश से जब तक राहत नहीं मिलेगी तब तक लोगों के मन में भय डर बना रहेगा।
We are reporting on this highway that is from that goes from Pathankot towards Jammu. First of all, I'll request my video to show all the ground visual. We have seen the NDRF team has already been reached here and the water level has already gone up to the danger mark, and we have seen there is a huge chaos on this road. The people, they have been stranded for the last whole night. They are not able to move towards Jammu. What we have learned, the most of the roads have already been washed away, and that is one of the main reasons why they have decided not to allow anybody to move towards Jammu. This area which we are showing at this point of time, this is called Kailashpur village, where we have seen multiple families have already been trapped in the water, and we have seen the NDRF team has already reached here to rescue a lot of families. So we have our local residents with us, we will talk to them. तो क्या situation है, कितने के परिवार है जो यहाँ पे जो अंदर ट्रैप हो गए हैं रात के?
मेन तो थोड़े ही परिवार हैं जिनको उन्होंने रेस्क्यू कर लिया हुआ है। बाकी हमारी काउंसिल की टीम और हमारे एमसी साहब और पूरा सुजानपुर उनके साथ है। जेसीबी लगाई हुई है, ट्रैक्टर ट्रालियाँ भी अरेंज की हुई है उनके लिए। तो मैं लोगों से ये अपील करती हूँ कि बिना काम के अपने घर से बाहर ना निकलें, क्योंकि ये तो कुदरती आपदा है, इसका सामना तो पूरा शहर कर रहा है।
अभी देख रहे हैं एनडीआरएफ की टीम भी आ गई है यहाँ पे। एनडीआरएफ की टीम बुलाई गई है ताकि जो लोग घर पे हैं उनको बचाया जाए, कहीं रिलीफ कैंप में भेजा जाए।
बिल्कुल, हमारी नगर कौंसिल की तरफ से भी अरेंज किए हुए हैं, जो हमारा कम्युनिटी हॉल है, जैसे आरएस गार्डन है, वहाँ पे भी थोड़े शरणार्थियों को उन्होंने रखा हुआ है। तो मैं ये लोगों से निवेदन करूँगी, अगर किसी को किसी भी चीज़ की ज़रूरत है, हमारी कौंसिल की टीम, हमारा पूरा शहर उनके साथ है। वो कभी भी आके हमें आके अपनी मदद के लिए कह सकते हैं।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। तो क्या सिचुएशन क्या है ग्राउंड पे, क्या लग रहा है कि क्योंकि कितने के परिवार है अंदर जो फंसे?
परिवार तो सर बहुत है, सिचुएशन इस टाइम ਤੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਮਾੜੀ ਹੈ, ਪਾਣੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ, ਕਾਫੀ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ ਫਸ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਨੇ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੱਢਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਹੋਰੀ ਐਨਡੀਆਰਐਫ ਵਗੈਰਾ ਟੀਮ ਆ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਲੱਗੇ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੱਢਣ। ਬਾਕੀ ਹੁਣ पानी पिछों घटेगा तो फिर ही बचा।
लोग हम देख रहे हैं, मैं अपने कैमरामैन साथी को कहूँगा तस्वीरें दिखाएं। कुछ लोग घर की छत पे खड़े हैं, अपनी रूफ पे खड़े हैं, तो क्या वो लोग रात के ट्रैप
रात के खड़े हैं? अभी वो निकालने के लिए टीम आ गई है, लगे हुए हैं। हाँ,
So, well, I'll request my Vijay to come along with me to show how the NDRF is continuing this rescue operation. They have started this rescue operation, and this is the national highway which leads from Amritsar towards Jammu, from where we are reporting at this point of time. We can also see even the ambulance vehicle is not being allowed at this point of time. What we have learned from Pathankot authorities, they say they are totally in touch with the Jammu Kashmir authorities, and they have learned the road had already been washed away. So here from the Kalashpur village, from where we are reporting at this point of time, showing that how this water level is going above the danger mark, and that is one of the main reasons why the vehicles are not being allowed to move towards Jammu. So let's see when the road will be cleared and when they are going to get a green signal from the authorities. But as of now, what we are reporting, what we have been seeing from last night onwards, there is a total block on this road because they have learned the road had been washed away from the various locations, and that is one of the main reasons why they are not allowing a single vehicle to move towards Jammu.
And now heavy rains have triggered floods in Pakistan as well. The visuals coming in from Atari-Wagah border, where the Wagah side of Pakistan is seen completely inundated after heavy rainfalls. Nearly 2 lakh people have been shifted from the low-lying areas in Pakistan, as well as these visuals from Atari-Wagah border show that once where the ceremony used to take place is now completely submerged in the flood water. This comes in when the rivers have swelled in the Pakistan after heavy rainfall that has led to several areas being affected by flash floods. And on that note, we're slipping into a very short break, but don't go anywhere. More news lined up. A mass shooting has occurred at a Minneapolis Catholic school in the United States. 3 people have been shot dead while 20 people have sustained injuries. Minnesota governor has called the shooting horrific, while US President Donald Trump has been briefed about the shooting. The shooter was among those killed. Children were at a morning mass when the shooting began, and students were evacuated immediately post-shooting. My colleague Ridhima Kedia is also joining me with more details. Take a look.
Mass shooting at Catholic school in Minneapolis has left 3 people dead, and at least 20 people have been injured. Police say that the person who was the suspect was in black dress and was carrying a rifle. He was contained and later confirmed dead. The attack took place in the morning when the children were almost preparing for their mass gathering in the morning. There were parents who were also there, and there was suddenly a sound of gunfire. When the entire fiasco started, there was movement. Police came to the scene. There were a lot of movement, and finally the suspect was taken into custody, although he was confirmed dead later. US President Donald Trump was briefed about the situation. FBI and officials of Department of Homeland Security were also at the scene, and they are continuously monitoring the situation. Let me also tell you, Aditi, that the authorities are going to hold a press conference later today, and in that they'll be giving more details of the situation situation on ground. Let me also tell you that this is not the first shooting that has happened in Minneapolis. Since Tuesday afternoon, yesterday, there were like 3 shootings that had taken place, and at least 3 people and several others were wounded.
Festive fever grips the entire nation as India celebrates Ganesh Chaturthi. Several people are chanting Ganpati Bappa Moria as here the most beloved God is here. And take a look at the report which tells you how big boost the industry has got with people buying local products this festive season.
We are currently standing in Matunga, where on every corner celebrations of Ganpati Chaturthi are going on, and as you can see, Josh is very high. And while we witness these celebrations, we are also going to be bringing you how the small businesses of Mumbai are bracing themselves for a consumption boost. For example, your local sari walas, sweet shoe owners, and as well as more and more consumers coming in heavy numbers, and worshippers celebrating the festival with a lot of josh. So let's see how these celebrations continue to unfold.
Firstly, I would like to understand what kind of footfall do you see on days like this?
On days like this, so footfall is near about 800 to 1000 people a day approximately.
And what kind of sweets are they more interested in?
So basically it's a festival season of Ganesh Chaturthi, so more of modak, and we have more than 83 varieties of modak, probably the highest in Mumbai. Nobody must be having that kind of modak. So there are Kaju modak, Malai modak, flavor modak, fancy modak, fusion modak, chocolate modak, ukdi modak, all sorts of modaks.
And will this footfall continue for Diwali and festivals that are coming after that as well?
Yeah, of course, the footfall is going to be good until at least March, so now there is Ganesh Chaturthi, then there is Dussehra, Diwali, and post there it will be followed by the wedding season.
And so what kind of preparations do you do on your part before the consumer numbers increase?
So we stock up the raw material. Of course, as it's a perishable product, we cannot stock it well in advance. So on the day, the work starts early in the morning and it is freshly prepared. We have our own manufacturing unit, so all the products are in-house and freshly made.
एक हार बनाने में आपको कितना टाइम लगता है बड़ी मूर्ति का?
बड़ी मूर्ति का 1 घंटा 1.5 घंटा
अकेले आप बना लेते हो?
अकेला बना देंगे।
और कितने का जाता है एक बड़ा हार?
बड़ा 8000, 5000, 6000 वो हिसाब से 15 फुट 20 फुट वो हिसाब से बना के देंगे।
किस तरह की साड़ियाँ फेस्टिवल में ज्यादा बिकने लगती हैं?
सब ट्रेडिशनल साड़ी ज्यादा बिकती है। ये महाराष्ट्रियन शॉप है, महाराष्ट्रियन के हिसाब से सब ट्रेडिशनल साड़ी ज्यादा बिकती है।
फेस्टिवल से कुछ दिन पहले या फेस्टिवल के टाइम पे कितने पीस जनरली बिक जाते हैं और फेस्टिवल के बिना वाले जो महीने होते हैं उसमें एक दिन में कितने पीस बिक जाते हैं?
देखो कस्टमर का फ्लो, जैसे जैसे कस्टमर आते हैं वैसा साड़ीज का सेल हो जाता है। तो समझो 500 पीस महीने में बिकता है, विदाउट सीजन में समझो 200 पीस बिकता है।
आपके खुद के रेवेन्यू पे भी कितना फर्क मान लीजिए अगर आपने इससे पहले के कुछ महीनों में इतनी कमाई करी तो कितना परसेंट या कितना प्रतिशत तक बढ़ जाती है फेस्टिवल के महीनों में?
समझो ना अभी ये सीजन में अभी हम लोगों ने फेस्टिवल महीने में आपको 4-5 लाख का फर्क गिरता है। फेस्टिवल जब आता है तो 4-5 लाख रुपया बढ़ जाता है।
And for our final segment, to top it all off, we are here in Ganesh Gali at Mumbai Charaja. And as you can see, festivities are ongoing with full force and devotees are coming here in large numbers to offer their prayers to the idol. And as the festivities continue, we would urge you as well to go and celebrate the festival with your family. That's all in this segment of NDTV Profit. Keep watching.